Avoid, skip. Welcome to Daily Stoic Insights. What if she isn't as silent as you think? You've withdrawn and stopped pursuing, but instead of contacting you, she has also gone silent. Is she moving on, or is there something more serious going on in her head? Behind that composed exterior, there is a flurry of emotions she can't control, and every second of your silence is making her wonder, everything stays with me because what's really going on? Stopping texting her will completely change the way you view this game, and by the end of this video, you'll have the upper hand. Section 1, No Contact. Modern women aren't unaware of no-contact strategies. They've heard about them, seen them in action, and even used them themselves. Therefore, when you pull back, her instinct isn't to panic, it's to mirror your silence. Why women use no contact. When you stop texting and calling, it's not just a pause in communication, it's a shift in the dynamic relationships. When you disrupt those patterns, it sends shock waves through the connection. This isn't because she's in a different situation, rather, it's because she wants to keep control of the situation. What she's really doing is testing you to see if your silence is sincere or merely a tactic. Is he genuinely trying to distance himself, or is this just a short-term move that mimics your silence? She is attempting to call your bluff, but underneath the calm exterior, her mind is doing something entirely different. She is asking herself a million questions, such as why he stopped texting, did I say something wrong, or has he lost interest? As the hours pass, those questions don't go away. Rather, they get louder. The truth is that when she mimics your silence, it's not about indifference. Rather, it's about defense. She is shielding herself from vulnerability, but in doing so, she is stepping directly into your frame. The longer you maintain your ground, the more her curiosity, doubts, and emotions grow. Silence isn't just a tactic, it's a means of resetting the dynamic and making her feel your absence. Section 2. Women's Overthinking. When not making contact, particularly for women, quiet isn't empty. It's filled with questions, uncertainties, and feelings. Her mind doesn't simply become silent when you stop texting. Rather, it becomes a whirlpool of ideas, each one more noisy than the one before it. She may first feel secure, telling herself, I can handle this, he's probably just busy. But as the hours pass, her confidence begins to wane. What is he doing? Why hasn't he contacted her? Is he losing interest? These inquiries are intrusive and creepy, not merely friendly. What she's thinking. While no contact enters her head at quiet moments and becomes louder every day, here is why. Women use connection to process their emotions. When that connection is broken, a hole is created, and since the human mind detests voids, it fills them with hypothetical situations and overanalyzing assumptions. The more silence there is, the more intense this overthinking gets. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, picking up speed and waiting as it goes, and while she's trapped in this mental spiral, you have all the power. She replays your last conversation, scrutinizing every word, wondering if she said something incorrectly or if someone else was present. Section 3. Why she checks your social media accounts. First, people assume that because she isn't communicating, it's not working, but in fact, her silence doesn't indicate that she has moved on. Rather, it indicates that she is processing and that every moment she spends overanalyzing is an opportunity for her to become more emotionally invested in you. She checks your profiles as soon as you stop talking, since she finds that quiet piques curiosity, and curiosity motivates action. She's not. She is searching for answers while she is casually scrolling. She wants to know what he is doing, is he happy, and who is he? Every post, story, and update becomes a clue. If you are out with friends, she wonders who is in the background. If you post a gym photo, she asks herself if you're leveling up. If you post nothing at all, that's what drives her crazy. The dynamic may be totally changed by what you post or don't post. A small narrative about you having fun or a photo of you succeeding conveys a strong message that you're self-assured, carefree, and focused on yourself. But here's the catch. When she has nothing to examine, social media stillness piques her interest the more. Her creativity takes over, and she begins to fill in the gaps with her own ideas, which typically work to your advantage. One of the most potent psychological triggers in relationships is the scarcity effect, which states that people value what is rare and take for granted what is always available. This is true for everything in life, including relationships. And when you're constantly texting, calling, and chasing your presence, it becomes more powerful. Social media is more than just a platform. When used strategically, it amplifies your value, your confidence, and your presence even without direct communication. She has a typical emotional roller coaster. She doesn't feel the need to reciprocate because she knows you'll be there, but when you withdraw, everything changes. Your absence causes scarcity, which makes her realize how much she depended on you. She begins to notice the gap you've left behind the texts she used to obtain the moments you used to share and the connection you used to build. This isn't about manipulation. Rather, it's about reminding her that your attention is valuable and that when something is valuable, it's desired. Here's the truth. Section 5. When you create scarcity, you become the one she can't stop thinking about instead of just another alternative, because women don't chase what's simple. Instead, they pursue what's meaningful. Her ego is unable to cope, deny, ejection. In today's environment, women are always surrounded by affirmation from strangers, fans, and likes on social media. Their confidence is maintained by a constant flow of affirmation, but when you stop talking, you cut off that validation. At first, she might brush it off, telling herself it's okay, he'll text me later, but as the silence lengthens, her ego begins to crack because she's accustomed to being chased and having men compete for her attention. Your silence upends that expectation and makes her face a feeling she doesn't handle well: rejection. Rejection is more than simply a blow to her pride. It's a wake-up call that causes her to reassess her role in the relationship and question her authority. Did she push you too far? Did she overestimate your interest? These uncertainties erode her confidence, and all of a sudden the roles are reversed. She is the one who feels the need to prove herself rather than you pursuing her. She needs to know that she still has your attention and hasn't lost you. Section 6. You retake control when she begins to miss you totally, and there is a change in dynamic. When you go silent, you're not just taking a step back, you're creating a space where her emotions take center stage. Trust me, they don't stay calm for long. At first, she might feel unconcerned, thinking that he's probably just busy and that I'm fine. But as time goes on, that indifference turns to frustration, which then turns into doubt, wondering if I did something wrong or if he's seeing someone else. This emotional roller coaster doesn't stop there. It picks up speed. Doubt turns into regret. She begins to replay every moment you spent together, looking for clues in every exchange. Did I push him away? Should I have been more responsive? Eventually, regret turns to curiosity, and curiosity is where her emotions peak. She wants to know what you're doing and why you're so calm. If you've moved on, this curiosity doesn't go away. It becomes a constant source of anxiety. She can't get out of the mental loop. It's critical to realize that women detest emotional instability and seek certainty and reassurance, which your silence takes away. The longer you remain silent, the longer she remains on this emotional roller coaster, and the more she feels the need to contact you in order to get off the ride. Section 7. Reasons for leaving. When you walk away, You're not just establishing distance, you're completely altering the game. Most men cling to the connection because they fear losing her, but walking away requires confidence, and confidence alters everything. This is why being silent makes you more attractive and makes you the prize. I will not accept anything less than reciprocity and respect, since I am aware of my value. This isn't about being conceited. Rather, it's about having self-respect. By demonstrating to her that you're not in need of her approval, you stand out, and women are attracted to guys by nature. You are the prize, the man she must work for, and the man she doesn't want to lose when you walk away from her, demonstrating that you don't fear losing her. In actuality, most men are too scared to leave. Instead, they cling, chase, and settle. However, by leaving, you distinguish yourself and become one of the few guys who understands his value. You are irresistible because of your rarity. Section 8. The impact of letting go on the dynamic. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. Rather, it means assuming control. When you let go, you're not only taking a step back. Rather, you're changing the dynamic in the relationship. Most men cling on too tightly out of fear of what might occur if the power of your absence. They let go because they fear losing her forever, but in reality, it's letting go that helps her understand your worth. When you stop pursuing her, you stop boosting her ego, and you stop providing her with the comfort she's accustomed to, which leaves a gap. This is the result of letting go. She feels the weight of your absence and begins to need your presence as she learns that your attention isn't assured and begins to wonder if she took you for granted. Letting go isn't about playing games. It's about demonstrating to her that your happiness is independent of her. It's about putting your own needs and peace of mind first, and when she sees that strength, it compels her to reconsider everything. The power dynamic changes the instant you let go. Section 9. When she realizes she's losing you, there comes a moment in every situation where there is no contact where it hits her that she's losing you. This realization doesn't happen right away. Rather, it develops over time and gets stronger with each day that goes by. You are no longer the one looking for her validation. She is the one seeking yours. Silence Day. She may initially dismiss it, thinking that he will return as he always does, but as the days and weeks pass and her confidence begins to wane, she begins to feel the void of your absence, which she can no longer ignore. At this point, she starts to think back on the happy times you had together, the connection you two formed, and the feelings you made her feel. These memories don't just make her miss you, they make her regret losing you. When she realizes she's losing you, everything changes, and she begins to discreetly pursue you, initially with a random text, like on your post, or a comment on something you shared. How a high-value man should respond to no contact. Her attempts become increasingly apparent. She needs to bond, which is why patience is Section 10. The shift from indifference to desire. At the beginning of no contact, she may appear indifferent as she goes about her life, posts on social media, and acts like she's totally unbothered, but this indifference is actually a result of her giving herself the space to realize what she's losing, and then doing whatever it takes to get you back. It's an illusion. Here's what's actually happening. Although she may appear calm on the outside, she is gradually beginning to feel the effects of your silence. At first, she tells herself that she doesn't need you and that she's fine. However, as time passes, her confidence starts to wane, and she begins to notice the little things, the texts she used to receive, the moments you shared, the way you made her laugh, that remind her of you, but also highlight the void you've left behind. At that point, her curiosity turns into curiosity, and she begins to wonder what you're doing, who you're with, and why you're so calm. This curiosity then develops into final thoughts. She wants to understand you, not simply talk to you. She wants to reconnect in order to mend and bridge the gap. Desire turns into an obsession. The power of no contact is what has caused this change from apathy to desire. By remaining silent, you're not only establishing distance, but also giving her feelings room to develop, and the longer you maintain your position, the stronger those feelings get. Thank you for watching, and if this video was helpful, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. If you want access to special insights and benefits, consider becoming a member. You won't want to miss the next one. I'll see you there.